Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, with the filmmaker of Shanaya's Path, it's a feature film from the Documentary Film Festival. Frank is with us. You're from the Netherlands, but you shot this film in India, correct?
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
And you followed Shanaya, kind of her path of kind of transitioning and wanting to transition, kind of in a kind of in the culture that she grew up in. It's a really fascinating film. It's a film that tells me that like because there's a debate, especially in the Western culture. I don't know how it is in the Netherlands about trans transitioning. She like obviously like what she sacrificed and what she perseveres and what she like obviously that she wants to be who she is. Like the courage that this person has to be who
Yeah.
she is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yes, I fully agree. I fully agree. It's fascinating to see because we're all undergoing change, right? So in our lives, in my lifetime, I don't know, I've changed so many times, and recently I've also had a process of change that I underwent myself. And at that time, I met her, and I have to say, it impressed me so much. I just felt I had to record it because there was such a bravery in her, and that she was willing and able to take on this monumental task of changing her own identity, particularly in this culture, in this context where she's in,
Yeah.
where these kind of things are not really acceptable, let's say, in India. So it was breaking, letting go of just about everything, your own identity, letting that go and finding that again, a new identity. So that was so fascinating to see. I just had to record it.
So where did you first meet her? Like how did you guys meet for the first time?
Yeah, I had some connections in the fashion industry in Delhi, and I met one of the models there, and we just spoke. And I was on my way to Lumbini to take pictures in for an NGO in Nepal. And the plan was just to stop over in Delhi and then move on to Lumbini and take pictures there. But then I met that model, and she spoke about Shanaya. And I found that story very compelling. So I asked her, could I meet her? And we met in Delhi in Shapurjat. And the moment I met her, I mean, it was on the surface, it was a man, the body of a man, face of a man, the voice of a woman, and just everything about her was just a woman. After 5 minutes, I knew this is not a man, this is a woman. And what she was saying was that she had finally discovered who she really was, and she was now able to undertake steps to let that become a reality. So she was willing to take these difficult steps to change her own identity. And I thought, well, this is gold. I just so I let the job go in Lumbini, and I stayed with her.
Wow. And then I'm assuming you pitched her like I want to make a documentary about you. What was her reaction when you said that?
She was also in the model industry, so she knew what it meant to be in front of the camera. She loves being in front of the camera. So when I said to her, I want to do a documentary on you and how your life and how you're going to change, and she said immediately, yeah, let's do it. Great. So it wasn't very difficult to convince her. She was just in for it from the first moment, and so was I. So we made plans that we would meet regularly and then progress as she goes along. As she changes, I would then record that. Whatever I can record, I would record. I couldn't be there all the time in India. I missed a few things that
Yeah.
happened, quite important things, but it was just in the nature of the documentary that I just couldn't be there to just record everything. But yeah, it was an easy conversation because she was really willing to be featured in a documentary, and she was actually looking forward to it.
And basically like how much time did you spend with her? Like how much footage did you capture? How many months was this process?
Yeah, it went over 4 years in total,
Oh wow.
and yeah, and I was there. I think about 5 or 6 times I was there, and each time I was there for several weeks. So yeah, I missed the death of her father. That was That was a shame, but it happened very suddenly. I just couldn't be there quick enough. But a lot of things I did capture about her life and how she changed and what happened with her. So I was able to kind of also schedule a little bit what went on when, so we could have it happen when I was there. So that worked out reasonably well.
Okay, so then it's 4 years, and then I guess you have an endpoint when she transitions. That was going to be your endpoint of the film.
You know, the last time I went, the last episode I shot, um, I didn't know it was the end. So I went to see her again. We started filming again. I took her to a festival in Tamil Nadu. It was a transgender festival, and she'd never been to. And it is a place where being transgender is celebrated. It's fully accepted. And she was so taken aback by it, about the positivity of it. She hadn't known. And after that episode, we went to the hotel and we shot the final interview. And it came to me, she'd come to rest. So she'd come to the end of that journey. She was now finally okay and happy with the way things are, and that she is accepted somewhere, not everywhere, but she is accepted somewhere.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, I'm happy now." So, ooh, yeah, it moves me to tears.
Yeah. So okay, so then you just kind of like were you I'm assuming you're doing other things in the 4 years. You're just kind of gathering footage, kind of archiving it, and then kind of figuring out like as because it's 4 years, so you're figuring out though how to put the film together, I guess, right? Piece by piece.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was doing other things as well at the same time. Um, and this wasn't actually my main project. There was other things going on at the same time, and I didn't have the time for 2 years. I didn't have the time to put into this project, which meant that I was when the filming was finished, I couldn't immediately, edit everything to have the final product.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots going on. But in the end, it's one of the most profound projects I've shot.
Yeah, it's a great film. I hope it does well for you on the festival circuit. Like just to get some more attention. I'm sure it will in certain LGBTQ plus festivals, etc. But I really enjoyed this film. So I want to ask you a couple things. You start the film with like the feet, and there's a lot of feet is a big theme in this film. You're like the Quentin Tarantino of documentaries. I'm just kidding, basically, but you start the film with the feet, and I found that very profound because we're all like there's gender, like who are you? Like when someone's born, it's like is it a boy or a girl? It's the first question people ask. But I don't know, what was your symbolism of kind of starting the film with feet?
I love feet. I often start. I
Okay.
often have shots with feet. Yeah. And if you notice, even Hollywood blockbusters, I've just watched with my son. I've just watched a movie, Pirates of the Caribbean. You
Okay.
know, the king comes in. What's the first shot? It's the feet, right? It's the feet, and then the camera moves up to his face. So you see that so many times, and I love that too. The feet, they tell a lot about you, um, and it's about Shanaya's past. So there's a lot of walking in the film, as you probably
Yeah.
noticed. A lot of walking, a lot of feet, because she's on her path. She's walking in a certain direction, and that's her path, and literally and also symbolically. So I thought it was a good symbolism, Shania's past. Also, when you show the feet, you don't reveal the whole person, which I like. You see some of it, you can have an idea what kind of person that is, but you don't quite know the face and the
Yeah.
shape of the body. So I think for me, walking feet is intriguing. Who is this person? So that's why I chose the feet in the beginning.
Because yeah, in the beginning of the film, there's people walking with sandals. So, and you don't know if it's a boy or it's a man or a woman, right? With sandals. But then when she's on her heels, it's a woman, right? Like it's sort of like there's certain attires that that are gender specific, I guess, with people wear, right?
Yeah, she at that time she had red feet, red soles, foot
Yeah,
soles. It's about an Indian festival where you color your feet red, and that was the day before. So I thought, great, let's do it. I wanna have those red feet. And the other guys that was in the center of Delhi, they were mainly men that were around it. They didn't have red feet. So she was sticking out with her red feet. So
yeah.
there was something different about those feet. And that I also thought was a good symbolism because she was different to all the rest of those people in the center of Delhi at that time. So yeah, I thought this was the best start of the movie that I could imagine,
Yeah.
and it kind of happened like by coincidence. I didn't have this shot list or plan that I needed this today. I want to have these feet. It
Yeah.
just it just so happened that I thought, well, great, red feet. All the other feet are different. Great, let's do it. And that's the thing about India. You never know what's going to happen. I never knew exactly how the shot was going to be and what was going to be in the shot exactly. What was going to happen in general, I wasn't sure of. So the kind of uncertainty that you have in India when you're filming, something that also fascinates me. And in this case, it worked really well.
Well, there's a moment about 9 minutes into the film, which I think is a masterclass of observational and documentary film, where like you're in New Delhi, you have the bird's eye view shot to set up the structure, and like I've never been to New Delhi. It looks chaotic. It looks like it looks crazy to me, right? It looks very
So
overwhelming to me. And
yeah,
but I also, at the same time, I would love to go because it seems fascinating. But you're shooting behind her and then you're walking and you get them in focus, which is a amazing camera work on your part. I'm assuming you're shooting it and you're just watching everybody observing her, like the judgment, the
yes,
looks, the men, and it's
yes,
like it's only like a 30-second shot, and it's like it's so good. Like it's such a beautiful shot. You must have been over the moon when you shot. I'm assuming you loved that shot too when you
I
did
do.
it.
I
Yeah.
love that shot, yes. And yeah, I love it. Being in the center of Delhi is crazy. That's right. I love that craziness though. But when I shot it with Shanaya, I mean, you see in the space of, I don't know, 20 seconds, there's four guys like looking
Yeah.
her up and down in a not very nice way. And that was the whole time. That was just going on the whole time. So I was shooting. It wasn't very difficult to shoot it because it was just going on. There was so many men and that were, undressing her with their eyes. So I I'd
Yeah.
I'd feel uncomfortable at the same time. I was thinking, wow, this is amazing. So yeah, we shot it. And there's also a sequence after that, when I'm behind her, I'm standing in front of her
Yeah.
and I'm filming her. And then out of nowhere came this fat guy and just very close to her, looked her up and down, and then he walks away. I thought, I can't believe how you can look at someone in this way in public. Yeah, but that's what happened, and I thought this illustrates really well how culture is, well, male culture in particular in India.
No, I think
Because
it's like unfortunately, I think it's like that everywhere, right? You're gonna get that judgment. It's like a circus, it's like being a circus performer. It's like being different from everybody else. It's like I'm not trying to compare it, but I remember like remember Andre the Giant, like he was like 7'6", and that's how he felt. Everybody was judging him. He was walk anywhere he walked, everybody was looking him up and down, and
uh,
that terror in their soul, that insecurity, that and you just want to be locked up in your room. You don't want to go anywhere, right? Because everywhere you go, you're just getting looked at. You're just getting judged upon.
yes, absolutely, yeah, and I can't imagine how that must feel. But Shanaya is that's another thing about that fascinates me about Shanaya. She is not afraid. And the way she dressed up, her makeup, everything, in the center of Delhi is like it's like asking for trouble, I
Yeah,
really. But she doesn't care. She has decided, okay, this is me.
yeah,
And with this makeup, I feel okay. I feel the way I want to be is with this makeup,
yeah,
and that's fine. And the attention she's getting, the negative attention and the discrimination she's getting,
yeah,
unfortunately, she got used to it. But she's not afraid, and I
yeah.
really like that
That's
about
what
her.
I think she cares, but she's not afraid, meaning that she cares more to be herself than be someone she's not. But the same time, you can't help but not care. She's a human being, right? Like you can't help but feel that in that it's that hurts the heart. And of course, the more you go through it, the easier it is, right? But still, it's like it's awful.
Yeah, but imagine, imagine that was you, and
Yeah,
you're in that situation. The conviction you need about your
yeah.
own identity
That's what I
must be.
mean at the beginning. That's what I mean. It's just amazing because most
Mm.
people don't have the guts to do that, right? Like,
No, you're right. I mean, I used to be the same thing. I used to I used to play this role, I used to play theater. And, and particularly if you're in male groups, you have to be the
yeah,
funny guy and you have to be the successful guy and you have to be the macho guy and cool guy. And you play this role because you think that's what's needed and that's what other people expect of you. But imagine you're as a man go into this room or into this pub or whatever you're doing with these people, and you're going in there and you're letting them know and you're showing how different you are, and that's so hard. I mean, if I imagine I had to do that, I would be scared. But she can do it even to a much greater degree, and I really admire that about her.
yeah, 100%. So you got like some really great candid moments too, like inside of her apartment building, kind of like scaled down, like with no makeup on, like being herself. And you got some really kind of like very like emotional moments. Like how was it filmed? I'm guessing it was just more about you guys, she trusted you, she was comfortable with you, right? When you had those
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah. Yeah. We're friends now. So over the years, we got to know each other, and yeah, we're quite close now. And yeah, she's comfortable with me, and I'm comfortable with her. I had to grow as well because I had my reservations about transgender, but you know, I'm so glad I also was able to grow in as I was filming, and I've learned so much about myself and about other people. And yeah, so as that grew, also our relationship got closer. Plus, she's also very comfortable in front of the camera, so it was kind of easy to film her. Although I have to say, sometimes when we did a shoot and she was saying something, I said to her, "Oh, it didn't come over great, and you were stuttering here a bit, and the sound's not good." And I said, "Can we do it again?" She said, "Okay, sure." But it never worked out. She could never repeat the same thing again. So everything you see is one shot and one take.
Yeah, of course, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Well, yeah, like I said, well, it wouldn't be like, I guess you can repeat the take, but yeah, it's you're being true with the documentary, right?
Yeah, she couldn't repeat takes.
Yeah.
So she would never, she would say, yeah, the same thing, but not in a natural way. So
Yeah.
it didn't feel like it was real. It was put on. So yeah, everything that you see has been just, done in one take. And I knew I had to move on. If I didn't have it, I didn't have it. So yeah. But yeah, there was enough takes to fill a feature movie.
So this is one of your earlier film. This is like one of your first films, I guess, right?
Of that length, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Your first feature film?
Yeah, it's my first feature film. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Because you're a photographer before you dived into film, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I was actually, yeah, when I went to Delhi to do that a shoot in Lumbini, I was a photographer. So I didn't want to actually film. I wasn't planning on filming, but I realized also why I was taking pictures. And the reason I was taking pictures is to tell stories.
Yeah.
Um, I also quickly realized that as soon as the story gets complicated, for every picture you need like caption of this size under each picture to tell the audience what the hell it means.
Yeah.
And I thought that's no good. You want the pictures to tell the story. You don't want a caption. So I thought, well, only way to tell the story properly is by filming, because then you have audio. You don't need a caption. You have audio. You have moving picture. There's so much more in film than in photos. It's also much harder. So yeah, I decided I had to go with film whether I liked it or not. Yeah, so I started filming just out of necessity, really, not because I wanted to. But since then, I've discovered that film is the medium that is best suited for me. Um, because there's no limit what you can tell. There's big
Yeah.
limits photography what you can tell.
Of course, but this film is there forever, right? Not that photography isn't, but it's like this. You got this archived. You got this person's journey archived for the forever. People can always
Right.
watch this film.
Yes, yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you know what? I also realized when I was shooting it, I was wondering why am I doing this? And I was actually, and like so often, I think many directors do it that way. They shoot themselves, whatever you choose is your story that you feel excited about is about
Yeah,
yourself as much as it is about that person. So I think I was filming her, but I was filming myself at the same time because I was undergoing change. I was admiring that person for being so bold and brave to change. And I was changing at the time. I'm still changing, but it gave me so much courage for my own change process. So yeah, I was kind of also filming myself, which yeah, and I have this movie now, and yeah, it'll be part of me forever.
yeah, it's amazing. So on your website, you got like because this is your you did everything right in this film. Like it was just you, right?
Yep,
Which is amazing in itself. You made a feature film all by yourself.
I can do everything. I've got all equipment here.
Yeah.
I can do sound. I can do whatever.
I want to get to sound in a second because you have a great 15-minute video on your website about repairing sound recordings.
Oh yeah,
And as a photographer, I found that as a guy, you lean in photography because that's where you come from. I found this video amazing. Like, did you teach yourself sound design?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not so difficult.
Yeah.
The software these days, 20 years ago, yeah, it would have been, but these days, I mean,
Uh,
the tools are they're amazing. Isotope is amazing. What it can do, and you don't need to know all the technical details. A lot of sound engineers are quite technical guys, and
yeah, they
they
are.
care about physics and technical details. You don't need to get into that if you're repairing sound recordings in Isotope. The software does a lot of stuff for you. It hides all the complexities for you. So it's not that difficult. But it's necessary for documentary. So that again, out of necessity, I got into repairing sound recordings because sometimes in documentaries, well, in India particularly, there's so much noise and there's so many distractions, so many unforeseen things can happen. You end up with crap footage. And if you can't repair it, then well, then you've lost the take. So I had to kind of get
Yeah.
into that necessity.
Yeah. But then you made a film video with it about it, which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It is, it is difficult, but it's like you're kind of being honest about it. Like I understand that everything there's tutorials on YouTube and etc., but it's the execution of that teaching, right? So
yeah. The thing about repairing sound recordings in Isotope
yeah,
is it's like a handicraft. It's how good are you with your fingers, really. It's not so much technical knowledge. It's really actually how good are you with the mouse in in the sound recording, because you can actually visualize the sound recording and see what
yeah.
sound is where. So how good are you with the mouse, really? That's what it is in Isotope.
Okay, so in terms of the edit itself, how long did it take you to kind of like were you editing while you were filming in the 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was editing as I was going along, but Then in autumn last year, I just redid the whole thing. So I took the whole thing and color graded it, and I changed the cuts also, not all of them. But yeah, it was a major overhaul of that whole thing. It took me maybe 2 months or something to do the whole overhaul. The framework was already there, so it wasn't the whole process of cutting. And so yeah, it was a reduced like effort overhaul of the whole project. So in total, the editing, if you just take the whole project, I don't know, maybe 4 months or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And then when did you kind of come to the terms of a 54 minutes? Because I'm assuming you had a lot of footage that you cut out and etc. Where did that kind of timeline come for you? It's just how it worked out?
I had a lot more in the
Yeah.
beginning. It was way over an hour. So I was thinking that was part of the overhaul also. And I was looking at it, and as a filmmaker, you're always looking for ways to tell the same story in the same way with less. So
Yeah.
if you have fewer shots or shorter shots, and you can still tell the same story, it's more impactful if it's shorter. And then you don't have these periods of where the audience is wondering, what's going to happen, or they lose interest, or you don't want to lose your audience. So if you can tell that story with a shorter film, then I think you should go for that. So I cut maybe about 10 minutes out, so it's shorter. And then I was also thinking about the film festivals, and I knew that most festivals, they accept feature films from 40 minutes plus. So
Yeah.
then I was heading for between 40 and minutes and 1 hour, and ended up 54 minutes.
Did you always know that you're going to end the film at the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yes. She'd never been to the ocean, and I love the ocean. And it's something she always wanted to do. She always wanted to go to the ocean and see the ocean and bathe in it. Well, she didn't want to bathe in it because she didn't have a bathing suit, but but yeah, um, it was it was a good ending to go in the water, but I didn't know it in the beginning of the film. So when we were starting to film 4 years earlier, I didn't know that it would end this way.
Yeah.
But during the last episode, the last shoot, I knew that this was going to be the end. When I realized that her story was also finished, then I knew visiting the ocean was going to be the end. Yeah.
And you have an arc. It's a beautiful arc for a documentary. Like meaning that like she starts one way, one person, and then she ends another person, and it's kind of amazing, and it's a happy story. It's a happy documentary, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
yeah.
She she is much happier. I
Yeah.
mean, you should see her now. You should see her now.
Yeah.
She is this stunning woman now. I'm going to see her. I'm nominee for the Jaipur International Film Festival in February, and it's held in Delhi this time. So
Yeah.
I'm to visit the festival, and she's going to be there. I'll show you some pictures if you. I send you some pictures if you like.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
she looks. She has changed. My God, she
That's
is.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so happy for her.
On that note, great. Thanks for submitting. It's a great film. I wish it all the best of success with it. With her,
Thanks.
you, I can't wait to see your next film. I'm sure you're working on something right now.
Yes,
And
I am.
just yeah, just let me know when it's done. I'd love to see it. And let's talk again when you make your next film.
Great. Yeah, it's in the making.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm assuming it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
You
It's all.
got something. You got an eye. Obviously, I'm giving a cliche platitude, but there's something special in your work. So I want to see what you do next.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's talk again soon.
Yeah, all right. Take care.